Hey guys, welcome to the Lafontaine Classic Car YouTube. My name is Mackenzie and this is our 76 Suburban. It is in buckskin with wood grain and a big block. Tune on in and here we go. Now, where we like to kick these off is right up under this hood. You see a 400 badge over here in our chrome option grille. Very nice touch. This is all a fallacy. That's how this truck was originally ordered, and a 400 made plenty of jam and was totally enough to get this thing out of its way. But the previous owner had decided to upgrade things a little bit because they wanted a little bit more. And I'm going to show you what's packing under here. So they're always big, heavy hoods. Yeah, those Mickey Thompson big block valve covers, that tall ass air cleaner, it's essential because we've got a 454 big block in here. It's fueled by a Holley carburetor. It's got headers, and what's cool about this swap is it was able to retain all of the factory air components that this truck had out of the box. Retain the same transmission, and you even see it on the service part identification tag, the OEM ordered transmission coolers. So this thing was prepared to haul and do all sorts of things. We got power disc brakes, power steering, cruise control. We have a lot of goodies on here. And I'll show you guys how this closes up. Good and tight. It is very flush all the way across. I don't see any dents on that hood. It looks very good. Now, what really makes this one stand out from the crowd is this wood grain with that trim down the side. This paint color is called buckskin with the wood. Man, and this is a Silverado 10, which gave it a whole bunch of goodie options, like little trim pieces and other bits of chrome, and these 15-inch rally wheels. Now, those beauty rings and wheels look great, but really doing the work here is those BFGs. Those all-terrain tires look so good on these trucks, and those have a ton of life left. They're 33 inches tall. So they are very function and beautiful, I'll say. Coming down the side of the truck here, the doors are all very straight and level. Nothing's sagging, nothing's hanging. The gaps look really good. These big old four-door bourbons are really cool. I've always been a fan. Straight as can be all the way down. I don't see anything that's standing out. The paint's really flat. There's a couple spots on the lower pinch weld there with a little bit of bubbling in the paint. But what do you expect from a 76-year-old truck? There's no rot on here, which is awesome. Now to the tailgate. We see more wood grain jumping out at us. These Suburban badges are so retro and cool looking. We've got our trailering special. This thing was ordered with the trailer hookup and the hitch receiver on there as well. And we even have two, which we'll have to show you in the interior, the power rear glass, which is always nice. Taillight lenses look good. The chrome on the bumper is good. This side is very sharp. We do have a spot of bubbling happening there in the paint. This thing is solid as can be. It's just the start there, so that could easily be addressed and nipped in the butt. We could even figure out how to make that happen for you as well. Coming down the way on the driver's side, looks really sharp. Same thing as on the passenger. The fitment looks really good. All the trim is present. The badges are all looking good. Even down to that side marker light. You know, we got all our hardware. We've got the little beauty rings around that. And little fitments here and there are all spot on. This truck doesn't look like it's been banged up or pushed around. Everything fits really nice. We're doing a special little segment. We decided this truck has too many doors not to take the time and show you. Here's one of the neat features on the biggest door on the truck, found right here in the back. This one, like I said, is optioned with the power glass. You take your key here, you put it in, give it a twist. It looks like we've got some tint peeling off of this thing, but that is no big deal. And you reach in here, pop your tailgate, and boom. Now you pretty much have, what is it, this like the pickup truck bed in the back of your SUV here. This thing has a little dish over to the left where you can park your spare tire if you chose to. But again, a ton of room. This carpet's really plush. It goes really nicely. You notice the back of those seats back there, that bench, they have a hard plastic on them. You can lay all that down and get even more function out of your truck, whether that's an air mattress, I don't even know what. You could pack a ton of stuff. This is as useful as, this has as much potential for as creative as you want to be, maybe. Hopefully that sounded okay. And this closes up like so. And I believe I just put this in here and turn it the other way. Gotta close again. All right, on to our next couple of doors, right over here, folks. For your passengers in the back, you must unlock it from the front. So doors open and close real nicely. This rear bench is in really good shape. It is original to the truck. There's no tears in there. We've got seat belts for the whole party and gang. Take a look at some of this beauty work in here with that wood, with this kind of interesting pattern in that little aluminum bezel. Now you look over here and you might be wondering what all these plugs are for. Well, this truck is from Wisconsin. At some point early on in its life, they poked a couple holes in here and did their Z-bar, did whatever kind of coating it was to make sure that this thing never held moisture, could never rust out, because they cared so much about their kind gal here. So it's good that it's been done, and is a big part of why this thing is in such good shape still. That door closes up very nice. This one as well. And now we'll fast forward back to the other side. And whether you ride it in the front, ride it in the back, you got a door to get in. How about that? The same goes for this side. It's in really good shape. You'll notice the same couple of plugs from when they treated the inside of this door. Think of that thought, man. They're really taking care of it. I like it. They got drip rails for all four doors too. And now this passenger front door. Have a lot of goodies in here. The front doors have little speakers down in the base of them, which is nice. This thing bumps good. There's some Boss sounds. We'll get a close-up shot of the service part identification tag, but it lists all of the crazy and obscure options this truck has, which is really cool. It's got a lot of neat quirks. There's a lot of cool buttons. Yeah, we could go on and on about this truck. And once we climb in, we will talk about these seats, which you might recognize, you might not. They are pretty unique and a nice period correct touch that had been added to this one. I'll show you this closing up like a glove. All right, guys, inside of this Suburban now, wow, we have a lot of brown, we have a lot of wood grain, all sorts of different shades. What was Chevy doing back then? This is pretty cool though. We're gonna roll our windows down here, show you how that goes. And we have a nice little flapper here as well. One thing you will note, this is out of a late 80s through 90s Chevy truck. A nice upgrade, it's in really good shape, and it feels good. I can understand why they would replace that. It is a cool retro piece they've added here. We have all of the gauges option. So that shows you all the vitals here. Our voltmeter, oil pressure, our coolant temp, and of course our fuel. In the middle, we're showing 55,000 miles. Holy cannoli. We go up to 100 miles per hour. The lenses are very clear and bright. And this RPM gauge goes all the way up to 5,000 RPMs. Right here we have our air conditioning controls for the front of the vehicle. This thing is so big it has front and rear AC. And just below that we have one of these cool retro sound radios. So it looks old school. It's got the new tech built into it. You can hook your aux in and play whatever you like, which is really neat. Regular automatic on the column. And we come over here and we'll notice a switch for the rear window. So this is how you can do that from inside of the truck. And then below that is our rear AC controls. High, medium, low, off. And our little ashtray. Close that up and actually skip that. We'll get back in there, but check this out. This rough country part-time 4x4. So you can put it in 4 high, 4 low, or in just 2-wheel, or you can go in either a 4-wheel low lock or 4-wheel high lock, which is pretty cool. This is a very capable machine. We have the very neat, don't see it too often, windshield antenna in this puppy. We've got some stainless wipers, a crack-free dash pad, and again, everywhere I love the Silverado trim. Check out the long list of options we have on here. That is sweet. I'm glad that sticker's still around. It is in really good shape too, and that's a lot of options. A lot of these old trucks, you didn't see them this loaded up. This one has all sorts of trailering packages and other goodies that we will include a still picture of that in our listing. Now these seats we're sitting in, these seats are pretty neat. They're different. They don't exactly match the fabric in the back, but they're really comfortable. They're made by Flex Steel, so they're super, super cool. And you have a fold-up center console. So 4 cup holders here, and then take a look at this. Pretty darn neat. I don't know if this flips up anymore. Aha, it sure does. We've got some road maps, a auto record. It's a little bit of a logbook maybe, talking about when some services were done. Very cool, always nice to have. And then, yeah, just a couple manuals and regular maps and road stuff. Pretty neat. I'll drop this back down. There's a little lever next to the seat, and you got it. That's pretty much it. You see the rear bench there is in really nice shape. We got some camera equipment sitting on it, but I think we're good to go hit the road and test out this big block. Just like that. She's very happy, and once this thing gets warmed up, you start to hear a little bit of a cam this thing's working with. Off we go. Alright guys, we're moving out in this Suburban here. Transmission's just very smooth. 4x4 runs good. Suspension feels tight. How do I like the steering wheel? I really do. I had the same steering wheel in my very first car, a 1990 Silverado. So I'm down with it. These seats are different as could be and are very comfortable to sit in. They've got good grip, good feel. Joey, we're in a head turner right now. I don't know if you realize that. We're getting a lot of looks, a lot of thumbs up. Who doesn't want to be caught cruising a truck like this? All of my gauges are working. Oil pressure looks good. That alternator's working. Coolant temp is starting to warm up. And looks like we got gas, but we could probably top it off, Joey. Here you see our radio's powered on. I won't spend too much time playing with the buttons here, but you can do all sorts of stuff with this thing. It's very simple to do and play with, but we got a lot of other things going on at the moment. Guys, too, we're about to finish this one up here. I want to as well cut to some shots showing the underbody a little bit. We'll put those in here. One thing I always pay attention to or notice, some cars can sound good, when you throttle them up. Some sound good on a cold start. This one's checked the boxes so far. We're warm now. I'm gonna hang this over. It's really got it figured out. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in with us today. I always have a blast showing you around these. I dig these old school bourbons, especially a square body. The big block too, you can't beat it. If you guys want to know anything more about it, please dial up this number here. It'll get you all the info you need. The number is 248-714-2110. That'll get you in touch with one of us over here at Lafontaine Classics, and we will help you with every step of the process. So we can get you all the information. We can help you arrange shipping, financing, whatever you need to know. We've got the answers. And lastly, too, I want to let you know in the description of this YouTube video is a link to view the listing on our website. That's going to have all the detailed pictures, have the detailed write-up, and you can check out all the rides we got on there too. So thank you guys. Feel free to like, subscribe. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you in a classic soon.